So I thought it was a good time to give everybody an update. If you remember kind of the last live short that we did, we talked about the damage to our condo in Bonita Springs due to Hurricane Ian. So in that video, we weren't sure what to do in terms of how to get back. We thought about going to Vegas and then flying out. We ultimately decided to hightail it back to Dallas, 4 days, 3 nights of driving. And pulling the RV back, and I flew out. Been here in Bonita Springs for about 6 days or so. So damage around is very significant. The damage in our condo is not as bad as I originally thought, and I'll give you a little bit of a tour around as to what's about to happen, what they started to do. But we did lose 2 vehicles. Although one I'm going to try and perhaps bring back to life. It's an old, I'll show you, old 2003 Land Cruiser we've had since day one. We're the original owners. It's got 150,000 miles on it. So I'm trying to bring it back. Toyota basically said, or the Toyota Master Tech that we brought it to here said, yep, it's salvageable. You had some water in there, but we can fix it. A couple little things wrong with it, but we may go that route. So anyway, I'm going to do a little more video around the area of Bonita Springs and just the devastation that happened here. Haven't really been out to do that. I've been focusing really on our little world here. And so let me kind of show you what we're dealing with. What they basically said, and if you looked at the baseboard before they removed it, is we had anywhere from 1 inch to some places maybe 2 inches of water in the condo. We, several years ago, had retiled. We renovated and retiled. Thank goodness we did that. So all we had was area rugs. And I want to give a shout out to 3 really good friends of ours. Mitch Perrant, who I used to work with at Juniper Networks years ago. He came over. He lives in Fort Myers now. He came over, and just so happened, good friends of ours that lived in our neighborhood when we were in Texas, Lori and Jeff Springer, happened to come here at the same time. They have a place in Naples, and they were able to pull out the rugs, the area rugs, to get those out of here for us, and so let the floor dry out. So what they're going to have to do now is, and they've already started in some of the other condos, I'll show you some video of that, just the area, they have to go and remove all the baseboards, which is here, and we had upgraded baseboards a couple of years ago, put 4-inch baseboards in there, and now they have to cut about 2 feet of drywall out to make sure that there's, to clear any liquid or anything that's, any water that's back there, and essentially to, mitigate any mold that may have started or about to start. So definitely a process, and yeah, it's going to take some time for this to come back. We, if you're not familiar with this, we've owned this condo for about 11 years. We rent it to snowbirds in the wintertime, and in the past, Pam and I and the family had used it for weekend trips, summer vacation, those kinds of things. It's in a beautiful area of Southwest Florida. Just kind of give you a look outside here. And I'm going to link a video of what this place looks like when it's in its all of its beauty, which right now it's obviously not. So yeah, very sad, but let me kind of walk you through here. So again, they're going to have to do that, and then we have to get reconstruction started. You notice these big machines here. They have a big dehumidifier in here for now, and then they have a big air filtration system. So been living with a bunch of noise here for the past couple days. But so to be honest, not as bad as we thought it was going to be, but this is where I have an issue. So if you remember from our first season, Pam used to follow me in the white car that's back over here, the Mazda CX-5. That is completely totaled, nothing going on there. Tried to start it, nothing at all. We essentially had 26 inches of water. I'm not sure if you can see the water line here, but you can kind of see it over here. We had 26 inches of water in the garage. So that car is totally dead. However, the beast, the 03 Land Cruiser, my baby, our baby, we've had this since January 2003. We've shuffled our kids around in it to soccer games. A couple of them learned to drive in it. It's just a beast of a truck, and I never wanted to get rid of it. We were just going to drive it until it just couldn't drive anymore. It started. Got it making a funny noise, brought it in. Looks like the AC compressor bearing was underwater, so that is easy to be replaced. But a master technician went through the whole thing yesterday and said, you know, if you really want to salvage this, you can. The insurance company has totaled it, and that, you know, brings on a whole other connotation of things. But yeah, we are going to try and save it. They're going to pull the carpets out and shampoo them and dry them. And they check the engine, the brakes, the rotors, you know, all the lines. Because it sits up so much higher, we just got a little bit of water in the floorboard. There's a couple little wonky electrical things with like windows not working and all controls. And we did lose the GPS head unit, which, by the way, was not working well anyway. Looks like the screen is so old that it looks like somebody did Etch-a-Sketch on it. So, yeah, very sad on that note, but I think we can salvage that, and we'll just figure out what to do with Pam's car at some point in time. Like I said, it's been sitting here since we left here in May and started going on our trip up to, you know, Montana and Black Hills and Utah and all that other kind of stuff. So anyway, speaking of that, so again, just want to give you an update, but speaking of other videos, again, I'm working on those, but obviously trying to get, you know, this stuff under control here. We're going to have to spend some time here, and I think our winter plans for being in Florida in the RV may have changed, because I think we're going to have to be here through the reconstruction process, which will take months because it just got so devastated here. And, you know, supplies and contractors are going to be really in demand and probably in short supply. So anyway, that's it from Bonita Springs. I'll try and get another little video out about the devastation around the area. You can find them on YouTube. I've seen them. You know, some of our most familiar places have been destroyed. You know, restaurants, Big Hickory, Coconut Jack's, the Fish House, South Beach Grill. I think that building maintained, but I'm sure they probably got 7 or 8 feet of water in that building based on where it was on the beach. So yeah, if you want to live by the coastline, this is what you have to deal with. And unfortunately, this particular storm hit at the lunar high tide. It was September 28th. It hit on the lunar high tide at high tide, and that basically meant that we were going to have 2.5 feet of water above sea level at high tide. And as I said, 26 inches of water in the garage. You know, think about if this had hit at low tide or just even at slack tide, it would have been a whole lot different, and we wouldn't have the damage that we have. So anyway, keep you posted. Thanks for following, and thanks for the patience, and wish us luck on it. And yeah, we definitely got some more videos that we're working on. You know, we had to cut our trip short in Utah, but we got to Moab and Arches, and we got to Bryce for 1 day. We were supposed to be there 3 days, so this was going on right at the time we were in Bryce. So we will keep you posted, and thanks for all your support and people that have reached out to us, and thanks for thinking of us and being patient with us, and we'll get back to it here shortly. We're safe. I know people in Sanibel Island, a lot of people lost everything, and we are fortunate that the damage that we sustained is not bad. Oh, let me just point one other thing out too. Yeah, we'll have to take out all the bottoms of the cabinets here so that you'll see that I took all the pulls off. We can keep the tops, keep our countertops, but they have to pull the bottoms out, and of both here and then the 2 bathrooms. So that'll be interesting. And but you know, like anything else, we'll get to rebuilding. Thanks again. See you soon.